So now I'll show you a video of a very typical thing that might happen when you're riding. Look how windy it is. It's very, very windy. And as you can see, Ravella is very not so certain about this. You know, she doesn't like those trees moving. Look how upset she is. She's very tense. She's focusing on that. You can see I'm asking her to gently walk through the corner. My goal here is to ask her to walk through the corner, and she wants to kind of run out of it. So there she got in a little bit of trouble for walking away. Another girl, so I'm going to position her in this corner, and I haven't really done this with her quite a lot. So I want to just gauge her reaction and just listen to her and see what she's going to do. So I haven't really decided on a plan yet. So here I'm just standing and watching her and trying to see if I can think of something based on how she's reacting, what her body language is telling me. What I like is that she's looking at me, but is she looking at me because she just wants to put her eye on the trees? You know, because if she was looking straight ahead, she wouldn't be able to see the trees. Or is she looking at me because she's waiting for me to ask her to do something? If you noticed, let me reverse a tiny bit. She's going to take a step forward here, and I'm going to reprimand her for that because I never asked for it. I don't want her to just making decisions on her own like that. Now you can see I asked her to back that step up. I never asked her to take that step. I put her there and I expect her to stand there until I ask her to do something next. As you can see, I'm just standing there and watching what she does and trying to come up with a plan of action. So my goal is that she walks through this corner calmly and doesn't have a big reaction about it. I like that she looked at the ground. That's her trying to self-soothe. Good. You can see, look at her ears. She's really only focused on the trees. And even here, she's looking away because she would rather be anywhere but in that corner. She knows I'm going to put her there and she does not want to be there. Here, I ask her to move away from me. Get over there in that corner. As you notice, when I was twirling my my end of my lead rope, at first I started off gently and then I increased the intensity. Say, hey, get away. And then as soon as she moves off, I let go. That's the reward. Yeah, but you can see she's very upset. I don't want her to run through the corner, so I'm going to ask her to take smaller steps. So I'm not going to let her walk through really fast. So that's why I swiveled the lead rope, and she kind of overreacted about it. There, she took a couple good back steps. Now I'm going to ask her to walk on. If you saw, I just barely raised the butt of my lead rope. Or ask her back. And now look at my right hand, and you can see I swung it, and then on she walks. And I'm just looking for how she's reacting and trying to understand what it is that she's really afraid of. Is she using this as an excuse? You can see she's really upset about it, and I'm really unhappy with her for walking ahead of me when I was asking her to stop. So she gets to back up. You know, just because she's scared doesn't mean she gets to ignore me. I want to teach her to be calm about these situations. And here I'm trying to experiment different things I can do and gauge her reaction and see if I can come up with a good idea. So here, instead of letting her walk away from the corner, I'm going to back her out of the corner and see if that gives her any confidence of moving away from the corner while still being able to see the trees. I decided it probably wasn't really working because now, look, she's trying to look anywhere else but the corner. She doesn't want to walk into it again. So now I'm, you know, increase my intensity, ask her to walk forward, swinging my lead rope. As soon as she walks, I let go. And then when she doesn't walk again, I sling it at her again. And you can see she's swinging herself way out of the corner. She does not want to be there. And there's Debbie's talking to me, so I got distracted. Okay, back to paying attention to my horse. Again, she doesn't want to walk into the corner. I'm going to point my right hand to the right, saying that's where you should go. And if I need to raise my left hand and swing the end of the lead rope, I will, to encourage her. And again, she wants to look anywhere but the corner. She doesn't want to relax. As soon as she sees it, she'd rather slow down. That was a little bit of a better walk through the corner. Not great, but a little bit better. So I'm kind of gauging, saying, what does this mean? There was better. I'm going to ask her to stop. She listened really well, and I'm very, very pleased with that. I was really impressed. That was a really calm halt, and give her a carrot for it. That deserves a reward. She calmly walked into the corner without being pressured, and then she calmly halted. And then the walk away is really good. And you can see she lowered her head. So a little bit of that reward, me telling her exactly when I really liked something that she did, it gave her a little bit of confidence, even just for a couple seconds. Here, she still is pretty upset. You know, she's still looking away from it, but her walk is a little bit more loose, just a little. And there's a little bit better. But again, she's still not so sure. So did that work? Yes, for a little bit, but it's still not quite getting me a consistent reaction. There, her halt was not as soft when I asked her to halt. And she moved away when I never asked her to move away. I just was gonna come over to her. Now, did you see my right hand move to the right, asking her to walk forward? Now I'm asking her to back. Now I'm asking her to move forward. So I'm trying to get her to pay attention to my body language as quietly as you can. And notice in all of this, look how calm I am. No matter how upset she is, where is my energy in my body? It is really low. I'm walking as calmly as I can. All my movements are really calm, as gentle as I can make them. You know, I'm not raising my hand up in the air, not yelling. I'm thinking, lower my center of energy, think slow, think calm, to help encourage her to do the same. There, I never asked her to move forward. She does get reprimanded for not paying attention and not doing what I ask. But look how calm I am even doing that. And here, just watching her, I gently asked her to move forward. She's really upset. She's really anxious. So there she was spooking, and she knows she's not allowed to run away. So she spooked and stopped and spooked and stopped. And that was when, watch here, I raise my hand for, here I back her, and now I'm going to raise my hand to ask her to move forward. And that's when she really is spooking herself and kind of unsure of what to do. So I'm going to encourage her. I see there, all I had to do was lift my left hand to encourage her hind end to move, and she walked on right away. So it wasn't necessarily her being bad, but it was mostly her not quite sure exactly what to do. So again, I never got mad at her. You know, again, I never, it's not that I don't encourage forward, but because she is naturally a forward horse, I'm not so intense about her going forward. I'm much more intense about her coming back to me and half halting or halting, because that is something she is not good at. There, I pat her because she did walk on. Good girl. And again, she spooked herself. I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to ask her to back, pay attention. It's fine. I'm going to ask her to walk on. I might have to, yep, I raise my left hand and on she walks as calmly as she tries to. There, she's a little bit calmer. And now I'm going to start trying to do something else in the next video.